What's up, Digidestins? Did you hear that bell? It's another day in the Market Watch. We brought it back, boys and girls. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this intro. Might stick around if you guys are still enjoying it. Hopefully you are. But without further ado, let's get into the video, talk about boxes, product, cards, and BT-14 stuff. So without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. So as you can see, we got some nifty things to talk about here. So Dragon of Courage starter deck 15. So this thing's already at $11 and going down. I expect this to keep dropping, but it's a good gamble on these ones, especially since they're $11 a piece. I expect these to drop more and more as time goes on, but there's at least a chase card in it. There's a shot at getting the chase card, but who knows, they could be weighing boxes, but that's really a tenth of an inch to be able to do so. I mean, if you can weigh it with that much product floating about, maybe. But just make sure that when you get it, it's completely sealed and not reopened. That's my only concern about product like this, because you can definitely take the deck out and just see and then repackage it up. As long as it doesn't look reopened, you're in a good spot. Europe side looking like €13.90. Not bad. They could definitely be a little bit cheaper than us, but they're definitely still high. Resurgent Booster. This thing has been tanking fast. The thing is, I think if this thing had the trainings in it, the security rookies in it, both the alternate arts of those in this set would be holding stronger. I think the problem is that the memory boost, alternate art memory boost, and the security rookies are kind of what were helping the set sell. And the fact that the ratio for new cards to old cards was way off, I think adding in a couple extra of X would have been fine. Switching around the memory boosts would have been fine. You know, lower down the memory boost count, put a couple new cards in there. This set would be probably holding decently strong, but because poor decisions on how to remake it, taking cards out and then distributing them differently, really did hurt this set a little bit more. They should have just kept it exactly like JP. They didn't. The set is not exactly like JP, and that's just what it's suffering from. Europe side looking like €80, €81.90. Guys, I feel bad for you guys. You were paying full price for this still. Classic Collection Booster Box. So the next set that's been classified the worst set in all of Digimon. So we're looking at it now. We're looking at $27.73. We're going to expect this probably what Resurgent Booster is going to look like in a few months. I'm going to be honest with you, it'll probably touch this. It's just stuff that sits, and Classic Collection was a big flop in most eyes, but the Analog Youth and the Machine Dramon are kind of what are just selling that set at this point. Europe side looking like €29.99, €29.99, €30.33. Kind of decent there. Gallantmon versus Royal Knights, holding strong here. This card is just crazy good in any way, shape, or form you look at it. Being able to on-play when digivolving and when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. If no opponent's Digimon was deleted by this effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 13,000 DP or more. It's got Rush, everything you really want in a boss Digimon. It's Gallantmon, basically. That's pretty cool. Gallantmon, €23, €23. Cool. Then we have Metal Garurumon X Antibody, X Record, going up still. We're at $11.25 light play, but it's about $11.40. It's about $11 basically for near mints, which isn't bad. It's just pricey. Pricey doggo. Europe side looking like €3, €6, €7. Yeah. Just how that comes out to. Metal Greymon X Antibody, Dimensional Phase, BT-11. Guys, this card is gone. 2 listings gone at this point. And people are buying this out. I get that they're all hyped for the next format. I don't understand why we're going for a little more grindier than anything else. Most likely you just want to go for the just kill 'em strat. But, of course, you can go with the grindier strat. That's up to you. Your side looking like €4.99, €5 with plenty of stock in it. So, guys, if you don't have access, if you can't find a regular one, because I know that Dimensional Phase was wonky with their ratios, You're looking like pre-release stamps got some plenty of copies at the 12s if you want to pay an extra to classify, get the max rarity. But this will, so after that disappears, you're going to expect this to disappear pretty quickly. Europe side looking like €4, €5. Crazy. Then we have Magnet Angemon Ace, Alternate Art Blast Ace. So we're going to start seeing these hit the market. Someone bought them at $30 a pop. I know this is going to be the harder one to pull, they said. These were exclusive English, harder to pull ratio kind of thing going on here. So, yeah. Why are these things at 30s? I mean, snagging them at this price, decently good. This did not replace the ones we already had in the set for the alternate arts. That's what I'm being told, if I read correctly. These don't replace them, so these are supposed to be chase secrets. So I think either you're going to see some refunds on this, and I'm going to be honest with you, if you get the store that will honor this, congratulations, but at the moment, I think you're going to be sadly disappointed when these get refunded because they can't fulfill these orders. Europe side, nothing, which is good to see that nobody's kind of over. Digimon Ace Alternate Art Blast BT-14. 4 of these, I would be impressed that these are honored. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if that's going to be honored. It's an English secret pull rate of like Digimon kind of going on here. I don't think they'll honor this at 35, but Pro Play Games have honored their low prices in the past. So just keep that in mind. Europe side, yeah, nothing on there. Digimon Ace Blast BT-14, $14. I think hold this out, especially if it's listing at 14 right now. That means this thing's going to be at 7s pretty quickly. But definitely pick these up on release weekend because I'm going to be straight honest with you. Once you pass release weekend, they're not going to stay at that $7 or $6 mark. They're going to skyrocket because these are going to be one of the few chase cards of the set. So this is one of those cards you get on release weekend as soon as they drop. I'm just going to be straight honest with you. Europe side, nothing. Then Metal Greymon Alternate Art Blast Ace, $34.99, same thing. I'm going to say, just be careful when you buy from people like this. This is just a gamble. They might not pull enough because these are supposed to be the secret kind of chase cards. Europe side, nothing. Then we have War Greymon from Blast Ace, BT-14. If it's sitting at $30 right now, and I know people are buying these, I'm going to be straight honest with you, expect this to drop. I'm going to go like probably 10s to 15s, if not less. This card is really good, don't get me wrong, but for playable secrets and stuff like that, it's only the one paired with its Angemon counterpart. Both are playable in their deck, but the problem comes down to is that there are significant issues with both of them. Is Angemon isn't in a very powerful competitive deck, while War Greymon is. So there's a lot of possibilities. We'll have to see what happens from there. Europe side, nothing. Nothing yet. Okay. Palmon Blast Ace looking like $3.99. Good to see it. It's going to drop down to being $1. Don't rush to get this, in my opinion. Europe side, nothing. Okay. You guys have nothing pre-release. Angemon Blast Ace BT-14, $34.99. Same thing. Don't pick this up. This thing's going to be probably a $10 card, if not less. So rushing for this one, I'm going to be honest, not worth it. It's a good card in its deck. It's very powerful synergization and everything like that, but it's not worth the money. Europe side, absolutely nothing. Shine Greymon 2023 regional participation. Remember this thing like $40, like 64s and the $40. Well, at least now it's 18s. I can live with that. I hope everyone can live with that. I think that's pretty solid. I think it's going to come down more as people get more and more their hands on it, and they're going to try to undercut each other till they make their money. Euro side looking like €8, €9.50. Yeah. Mirage Galgamon Alternate Art Dimensional Phase, $12. And going down. This is just because of the hit, and I'm going to say A lot of people are going to call me crazy and stuff like that, but I think you don't sleep on this. This deck is not a deck you sleep on. I think anybody that knows how trainings work and a hit to their 2 of, maybe 3 of, is not killing a deck. You know, you were playing it at 2, you play Zudamon Ace in the list because of how powerful it is with your Mirage. I mean, why are we thinking the deck's going to be bad? This card is probably going to be undervalued, and then once there's some sort of major event, which that's probably the other reason is there's no major events going on till basically Nationals. We do have another in-person event, but the big issue comes down to is BT-14 is really, unless the Ultimate Cups just straight up and play BT-14, you're going to expect very little benefits from that competitive format. So you basically, it'll be Mirage and Shine playing it out as long as, you know, Marcus comes off the list, you know, for Ultimate Cup, and they change their restriction list and makes it a little bit more fair. But, you know, stuff like this is to take into account. I think we have potential here, but we'll have to see what happens. You know, it's very much comes down to figure out what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. Whew. But yeah, BT-14 doesn't really have any competitive season really holding it. So €14.50, €14.50, 16 euros. They're kind of holding strong. They've been kind of just selling in the €20 range, which isn't bad. There you have Tommy, Box Topper, Next Venture, BT-07. Finally just tapping off at the $7.70 mark. I mean, guys, I think that's pretty fair for a price, especially for a card that came off the restriction list. I think definitely winning here. Touching any lower than that, probably not. Europe side looking like €3, €3.80, €3.99, €4. Guys, that's about it with that. DeathX X record definitely saw some hype buy-ins. We can definitely take a look here. People were buying this at the 40s and like higher to 50s. This is just because if you guys are thinking to counter a blue hybrid, don't do that. That's just a bad call. But if you are thinking for Nationals and everything like that, then yes, you want to have this to try to mitigate, you know who. Who am I talking about? Anubismon. You want to mitigate that deck's craziness as soon as possible. So I think being able to weaken it a little bit is going to help. DeathX at 2 in your list is probably what you're expecting. So I think the 40s is what you're going to expect for this. Europe side looking like €40, €41, €42. Crazy. Taikamiya Event Pack 5. I pulled this in my entry. If people are buying this at 30s, definitely flip it. This card's going to tank. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to tank. Europe side looking like €5, €6. Attack of the Heavy Mobile Machine Event Pack 5. Mugen Bands. Holding strong at 40s. I want this card to come down, to be honest with you. But we'll have to see. I mean, with how the formats are coming through, Mugen's going to struggle the most. So I don't know if... After Nats, I'm going to be straight honest with you. The Event Pack 5 is going to flood. It happened with Event Pack 2-1 when we had Nats last year. All of a sudden, massive flood of cards just filled the market. And it's shown what happened. They're all extremely low priced right now. Anything that isn't competitively usable, you know, that's very vital to take into account that the flooding of the market does affect that. Especially Nationals everybody's going to want to make their money. So they're going to load up, get their event packs, and then flip them, make them the quick cash. Quick. Get that money, make that bread, everything like that. That's what they're going to be in there for. So guys, you know, taking that into account, Europe side, €10, really solid. I would probably want to pick it up for €10. But that's all for the Market Watch. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!